Hi, and welcome to DLC's video tutorials. Today we are solving one-step inequalities. To solve an inequality, you just use the same steps that you would use to solve an equation. There's only one difference, and we'll get to that. So here, if I want y by itself, because at the end I want to see if y is going to be less than or greater than something. Well, if I have a negative 2, and then I'm going to zero that out by adding 2 to both sides. So that's gone, so now I have y by itself, and 8 plus 2 is 10, and bring down your inequality symbol. So it looks like y is less than 10. So what does that mean? It means that all my solutions are every number less than 10. So if I have a number line, and this is only one dimension because I only have one variable. So I have 0 here, and let's say I have, we could say 5 and 10, negative 5 and negative 10, then it's going to be everything less than 10. So it's going to be everything on this side. Now, it doesn't include 10. So it starts here, but it doesn't include it. Therefore, it's an open circle. If it did include it, then it would be closed because it also includes that value, but it doesn't. It's just, it starts there, but it's less than 10. So it's all my solutions that are less than 10, and that's how you graph an inequality with one variable. It's a one-dimension graph. One dimension meaning one number line. Okay, my second one. My second, it looks like I have variables on both sides, and so you would use the same steps that you would if it were an equation. So I'm going to eliminate one of my variables, and I'm going to eliminate my smaller one. So that way my r stays positive. So that zeroes out, and 3r minus 2r is just 1r, or r. Bring everything else down, plus 17, greater than or equal to 14. This is a one-step equation. All I got to do is subtract 17 from both sides. So r is greater than or equal to 14 minus 17, which is a negative 3. So all my solutions are greater than or equal to negative 3. So to graph that, you use a number line with, it's only one dimension. And just to make things easier, I'm just going to put a positive 3 and a negative 3 here, just so that you know that these are my positive numbers and these are my negative numbers. So it's all my solutions that are greater than or equal to negative 3. So it's greater than or equal to, but it's also equal to. That means it starts here, and then it's everything greater than or equal to. So these are all my solutions, which means it could be a negative 2. It could be a negative 1. It could be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on, all the way to infinity. And those are all the numbers that when you plug into R, it would satisfy this inequality. Okay? So here's my solution for my first problem, and this is my solution for my second problem. Okay, let's move on. Okay, my next one is fairly similar to the one we just did, so I'm going to move a little fast. I'm going to eliminate one of the variables, my smaller one. So that's gone. So I have 5 is less than or equal to 10t minus 9t is just t minus 3. I'm going to add 3 to both sides, so I could eliminate that, so I could get t by itself. So t is greater than or equal to 5 plus 3 is 8. So all my solutions my solutions have to be greater than or equal to 8. So if I graph that on a number line, a one-dimension number line, which is one number line, I have 0, 8, and negative 8. Okay, let me move it up so I can make some room here. Okay, so it includes 8, which means that that's a closed dot, because it includes it, and it's everything that's greater than or equal to 8. So it's everything this way. Don't get confused. If this little thing, a shortcut, let's go to look at the first graph. A shortcut is that this is a little arrow, and so your graph will be pointing that way. However, that shortcut or that trick only works if your variable's on the left side. So this is pointing to the left. However, my graph is pointing to the right. That's because my variable's not on the left side. But if it were, if you flip this, then it would be t greater than or equal to 8. Now you could use that trick where this is like your little arrow. So that's your solutions going this way. You could use that trick only if your variable's on the left side. Okay, now this is where it gets a little tricky. Okay, if you multiply or divide both sides of your inequality by a negative number, you have to change the direction of your inequality symbol. Okay, so for instance, to solve this for p, I have to divide both sides by negative 8. Remember what I said, if you multiply or divide both sides by a negative number, then you got to change the direction of your inequality symbol. So because I divided both sides by negative 8, instead of greater than, it becomes less than. Okay, I change the direction of my inequality symbol. Negative 40 divided by negative 8 is a positive 5. So my solutions, if I have 0 here in the middle, 5 on the right, negative 5 on the left, it starts at 5, but it doesn't include it. So it's going to be an open circle, and it's all my numbers that are less than 5. So it's going this way. Okay, so it could be 4. It could be 2. Let's go ahead and plug any of these numbers in. Let's plug in 0. That's the easiest. So negative 8 times 0, negative 8 times 0, that's 0. Is 0 greater than negative 40? Yes, it is. Negative 40 is all the way over here, which means that all these numbers are greater than negative 40. So these are all your solutions. But what happens if you put 6? That changes things. Negative 8 times 6 is greater than negative 40. Negative 8 times 6 is negative 48. And that is not greater than negative 40. The bigger negative numbers are, the smaller they are. So negative 48 is actually less than negative 40. So this is not true. Therefore, 6 is not one of your solutions. So that's how that works. Okay, so let's review. If you multiply or divide both sides by a negative number, you have to change the direction of your inequality symbol. Okay, let's solve this next one. In order to solve this for k, I have to multiply both sides by negative 4. Remember what our rule was. If we multiply or divide both sides by a negative number, then you change the direction of your inequality symbol. And because we multiply both sides by a negative 4, instead of greater than, it becomes less than. 3 times negative 4 is negative 12. Graph that. So you have 0, negative 12, 12. It starts here, but it's open because it doesn't include it. It's not equal to, and it's all my solutions that are less than negative 12. So it's actually going this way. Okay, less than negative 12 means that it's less than negative 12. It's all my negative numbers that are going this way. Okay, last one. 3/4 m is less than or equal to negative 9. In order to eliminate the fraction, you could multiply both sides by its reciprocal, which is 4/3. 4/3. Now this cancels diagonally to just 1m, or m. m is less than or equal to. I could either reduce diagonally, or I could multiply times the top and divide by the bottom. Negative 9 times 4 is a negative 36. A negative 36 divided by 3 is a negative 12. Okay? Negative 9 times 4 is negative 36. Divided by 3, negative 12. When I graph that, I get 0 in the middle, negative 12 on the left, 12 on the right. It includes negative 12, so it's a closed dot. That's going to disappear in a little bit. Let me do it again. Okay, so it's a closed dot, and it's everything that's less than or equal to negative 12, so it goes this way. Okay, that concludes our lesson today, solving inequalities. Hope this has helped. Good luck on your studies, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.